by when adversity looms, appear to be preparing for a busy winter ahead. The phrase better safe than sorry springs to mind, as the Old Trafford hierarchy have already set their sights on reinforcements for the January 2026 transfer window. The Reds, under the stewardship of Portuguese tactician Rubenamorim, have shown flashes of quality but remain unconvincing. There is a palpable sense among both supporters and board members that the current squad lacks the depth and guile required to challenge at the very top. For that reason, attention has swiftly turned to potential recruits who could steady the ship and inject fresh dynamism into the side. One name that has risen rapidly to the top of United's shopping list is that of Elliotanderson, currently plying his trade at Nottingham Forest. The 22-year-old playmaker has been making waves in the Premier League and has impressed scouts with his technical ability, vision, and composure on the ball. Reports from Football Transfers suggest that Manchester United are preparing a serious move for the midfielder. The club believe Anderson could provide a crucial alternative option in central areas, particularly given his capacity to dictate play and link midfield with attack. There is also the matter of long-term planning. With Anderson still in the early stages of his professional career, United see him as a project for the future as much as an immediate solution. The investment would not merely be for the here and now, but for seasons to come. Such belief is underlined by the figures being discussed. According to the same reports, United are willing to part with a hefty €65 million, roughly £56 million at current exchange rates, to prize Anderson away from the City ground. In Indonesian rupiah, that equates to around 1.2 trillion Indonesian rupiah, a sum which underlines just how highly regarded he has become. Anderson's growing stature is not confined to his club. He has also been called upon for international duty with England, and many within the game tip him to feature prominently at the upcoming 2026 World Cup. If he continues on his current trajectory, there is little doubt he will be one of Gareth Southgate's trusted midfield options. Manchester United, ever conscious of their image as a global giant, are eager to ensure they do not miss out on such a promising talent. The Old Trafford hierarchy have been stung before by hesitation in the transfer market, and there is a renewed determination not to let history repeat itself. The urgency behind these plans is accentuated by United's present league standing. After a stuttering start to the 2025-26 campaign, the Red Devils sit in 11th place in the Premier League table with a meagre return of 7 points. That is not the sort of positioning supporters expect from a club of United's pedigree. Rubenamorim, who arrived amid much fanfare, now finds himself under growing scrutiny. There is no disguising the reality. Unless results improve quickly, the Portuguese manager may well find his tenure cut short. Old Trafford has never been a patient place when standards slip. The pressure is only magnified when one recalls last season's debacle. United finished a dismal 15th in the 2024-25 Premier League, their worst showing in a decade. The campaign was littered with inconsistency, missed opportunities, and a style of play that left fans cold. That finish remains fresh in the memory of supporters and pundits alike. For a club accustomed to the glory days of Sir Alex Ferguson, and accustomed at the very least to Champions League football, languishing in the bottom half of the table was nothing short of humiliating. It is little wonder, then, that Amorim's margin for error is so narrow. Every defeat feels heavier, every dropped point more costly. And with rivals strengthening around them, United cannot afford to drift further into mediocrity. This backdrop makes the pursuit of Anderson all the more pressing. A young, technically gifted English midfielder would not only improve the squad but would also tick the boxes culturally, a homegrown star with the potential to be the heartbeat of the side for years. Manchester United continue to grapple with the need for greater consistency if they are to genuinely trouble the sides jostling near the summit of the Premier League. Their well-earned victory over Chelsea last weekend, however, has provided Rubenamorim with some much-needed breathing space. The Portuguese manager, still in the early stages of shaping the Red Devils in his own image, can take confidence from the way his team stood tall under pressure against a strong opponent. Now, a demanding run of fixtures against Brentford and Sunderland presents a golden opportunity for Amorim to establish the momentum his side have sorely lacked in recent seasons. The task is not an easy one, but these matches offer the perfect platform for United to consolidate their gains and push forward with a renewed sense of belief. The The significance of this period has not been lost on Amorim himself, who recently held direct discussions with Sir Jim Ratcliffe regarding the broader project unfolding at Old Trafford. Central to United's progress has been the enduring brilliance of captain Bruno Fernandes. The Portuguese playmaker continues to set standards week after week, producing moments of quality when his side most require them. Yet, there is a growing chorus of voices suggesting United must learn to thrive without leaning so heavily on their talisman. For United to truly evolve, they will need to display greater autonomy as a collective unit, rather than relying almost exclusively on Fernandes' magic. That said, the triumph over Enzo Maresca's Chelsea underscored an important truth. This United side can indeed rise to the occasion when the pressure is at its most intense. The manner of the performance hinted at resilience, composure, and tactical clarity, elements often questioned in recent campaigns. Amorim's fingerprints were evident throughout, with his structured pressing and well-drilled transitions frustrating Chelsea's attempts to dominate possession. Off the pitch, Amorim also deserves recognition for his bold and calculated moves in the transfer market. The departures of Rasmus Hjlund, Jadon Sancho, and Alejandro Garnacho during the summer window demonstrated a willingness to make unpopular decisions for the greater good. In cutting ties with familiar faces, Amorim has signaled his intent to refresh the dressing room and inject new ideas into a squad that had grown stale. Of course, not every transfer decision has been entirely smooth. Garnacho, for instance, has quickly learned that the grass is not always greener on the other side. His move away from Old Trafford has highlighted the difficulties players can encounter when stepping into unfamiliar environments. Nevertheless, Amorim's broader aim remains unshaken: to build a team capable of challenging consistently for major honours, rather than merely clinging to short-term fixes. The financial reality, however, complicates matters considerably. With the Premier League's profit and sustainability rules, PSR, looming large, United must tread carefully when balancing their books. The sale of players has become a necessary part of the strategy, and it is widely accepted that further high-profile departures may be required in order to keep the project sustainable. It is a sobering reminder that even footballing giants must adapt to the modern financial landscape. Against this backdrop, transfer specialist Fabrizio Romano has provided intriguing insight into the situation surrounding goalkeeper Andre Onana. Speaking on his YouTube channel, Romano explained that the Cameroonian shot-stopper, currently on loan at Trabzonspor, appears to have reached the end of his chapter at Old Trafford. His words were telling: there seems little likelihood of Onana being reintegrated into Amorim's plans. Romano stressed that both the club and the player see the current arrangement as something of a final act. With Sen Lammens recruited from Royal Antwerp, Manchester United believe they have secured their goalkeeper for both the present and the future. As such, Onana's loan spell has all the hallmarks of a stepping stone towards a permanent exit, rather than a temporary pause before a return to Manchester.